мы приглашаем вас на новый эпизод Красной ночной битвы. Welcome to another exciting episode of Sunday Night Fights.
All right, fight fans, we're back. I'm AmiPolizeiFunk, and
Yoink is right here, to his right, standing strong with my co-caster, doing this for 2 seasons, and we're going to be going into an excellent third. And all these Sunday Night Fight fans who are here watching us for this Game 2 of our special broadcast are getting a taste of what it's going to be like to be watching Sunday Night Fights with AmiPolizeiFunk and Yoink for the Company of Heroes 2 tourney that's going to be starting right after this game. I'm excited, but I need a little bit more of an appetizer, a little like maybe an aperitif, maybe one more 1v1 to whet the appetite before the main course of roast duck and red potatoes of battle between 2v2 players. What do you think?
yeah, we're going to do one more 1v1 before we get into the tourney semis and finals. This will be Marcus, the winner of the last game, against Sepha, who you probably all know. He's probably the most famous Company of Heroes player that there ever was. Yes, that's right, representing the UK.
What's his name again?
Sepha. Joel Taylor, the man, the myth, the legend. They just played this game today, so I'm excited to see how it turns out. I have no idea. It's going to be on Pripyat, so we're going to see Company of Heroes 2 in the springtime with the sun shining. I think it's important to show the diversity here. It's not all snow, folks. It's not all freezing cold. There is an entire other atmosphere, which is spring. And here we are on Pripyat, which is a gorgeous map to look at. I love the colors and textures. I'm not so keen on the river across the middle. It's a bit of a campy map. There's a destructible bridge in the middle, and there's this little island for the center VP, and it's really choked up. It's really bottlenecked. It's exactly the kind of map we tend to avoid on Sunday Night Fights. But we're going to show it to you tonight because we want to show springtime, and these players are going to make it exciting no matter what. You know, Yoink, saying that we've only done like 2 or 3 seasons of SNF kind of upsets me, man, because, you know, we've done 4 seasons of SNF. I know you weren't part of all of them. You took your little sojourn and all this, but that doesn't mean they didn't happen. This will be season 5 coming up, bro. Season 5. Get it straight. All right, so I had to sort that out.
All right. I'm just saying I only did 2 seasons with you. That's all. It's all about me.
Yeah, you.
See, I'm just thinking from my
perspective. It's all
perspective.
about you. It's all about you and your perspective.
If I wasn't in it, then it never happens. That's it.
Yeah, if a tree falls in the woods, no one hears it. Anyway, all right, so I will be following Marco l'Italiano, bravissima Marco. And if you would follow Sepha.
I will.
We can get this thing underway. If NTD is ready, high five NTD, our pro observer. He could do it for Code 1, and he's rocking it for Code 2. We apologize. We couldn't get 1080p running tonight, guys. We attempted to, and we just couldn't get the frame rate up high enough. You know, it's a new game. Not everything's optimized. This is a beta. I have to remind you all, this is a beta. You know, don't hold us responsible for anything you see here tonight. Everything is subject to change. You know, all right. So disclaimers are out of the way. I'm following Marcus. I'm paused at 5 seconds. You ready to go, Yoink?
Let's do it. I'm paused at 5, and I'll sit. If NTD is ready, we'll start this countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. And the clock is ticking at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, and the battle begins here on Pripyat. Now, I don't know about you, but I mean, when I played this map, it took me a little while to wrap my head around where everything was and how this map worked. It took me a much longer time than Cala di Firma to get the flow of Pripyat, and I still don't think I have. Is that because it's so campy? What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, good players don't want a map to force them to play in a certain way. I mean, these are top players here, and they know this game inside and out. The last thing they want to do is draw some kind of like horrible front line in the sand and then just shell each other with like ranged units for the entire game, right? That's the exact opposite of what we love to see from top play. And, you know, what we like to see is aggressive harassment of points. You know, the real question here on Pripyat, which is it's a huge map for a 1v1. You know, in the beta we've only got two options. We've got Cala di Firma, our 1v1 snow map, and then we've also got Pripyat here, which doubles as both a 1v1 and a 2v2 map. So this map's actually big enough for 4 players to fight it out. So it's really kind of huge for 2 single players to fight on. And the decision they have to make is, how are they going to harass those corner fuels? Are they going to send units across to the other player's side to get in there and try to cut off those fuel resources in the corners of the map?
Yeah, and you know, it's been my experience in all of the times that I've played Pripyat, 2 things for sure happen. The first engagement is always like 3 or 4 minutes into the game. It takes much longer, like you said, because this map is so big, to actually find where the heck your enemy is. Because, you know, this is a map, like you said, big enough for 4 people. And the other thing that I always seem to find is that the southern fuel point seems to get a lot more action than the northern fuel point. Has that been your experience?
I don't know. I've played this map a lot of times, and I've seen a lot of action on both fuel points. I mean, obviously, an aggressive player is going to want to go down there and harass the other player's fuel. You know, that's what we love to see. That's why, you know, we can enjoy this map still. You know, if it was just a sort of Lyon or Via River kind of thing, if that wasn't possible at all, then we probably wouldn't even show it on SNF. But because that is possible, and because players tend to try to do that, you know, this can still be a very enjoyable fight. We do get harassment. The thing is, crossing this river, both infantry units and tanks go incredibly slow, and right now the pathing is not perfectly optimized. We've heard from Quinn Duffy that the Relic developers have spent a lot of time improving the pathing, and that we're not going to see that in this beta test. That is something that they're going to do after they close it down and come back with the open beta. We're going to see massive improvements in both infantry and vehicle pathing. And so for this game to try to go across those rivers, it's just difficult. It just takes too long.
Ami, I gotta interrupt you. Look at this titanic infantry battle here in the first 3 minutes of the game, right in the center. You know, I was afraid. I said, you know, Sepha's got it handled right now. He's got 2 Grenadier squads closing in on that 1 conscript squad, and then right out of the west came these 2 conscripts doing hoorah, and I thought, my God, here's going to be a victory. Russian army, and then all of a sudden Sepha comes in with these flamers, and now he's just roasting these conscripts at the same time. This actually may be a victory for Germany in this case. Yep, there goes the last conscripts. Good save by Sepha.
A very common initial spend of munitions is to upgrade your builder units with flamethrowers, because the flames in this game are just awesome. I mean, they look good and they hurt. You can just put the pain in on your opponent, and it turns out that these builders upgraded with flamers are better than any of the standard infantry that are on the field at this time.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I would if you can put your flamers in green cover and just roast your opponent. It's because of I think it's because of splash damage. I mean, you can distribute the most amount of damaging firepower over the largest area in the shortest amount of time with flamers, and that's just a win-win situation, especially when you're engaged in the Tier 1 game in the first 8 minutes of the game.
Yeah, flamers are filthy good. If you sense that you're not going to desperately need your munitions for 18 nades or Panzerfaust or something, then you want to upgrade flamers with your first 50, 60, something like that.
Seph has now gone right into Tier 2, and he's building the the Leichte Mechanized Company.
Leichte. I got to teach you all how to pronounce these German words. I was watching Rogers and Pounder. There have been a lot of great casts. I really appreciate everything that's been going on in the past 2 weeks. You know, we got casts from Rogers, from Imperial Dame. We got stuff from Inverse, stuff from Krebs. All sorts of guys are doing wonderful casts, and now it's time to learn how to pronounce the names. Leichte. That just means light. So light mechanized company. Leichte Mechanized Company.
Look, I know how to say everything about the Wehrmacht, okay? Don't.
Oh,
I know
no. My ears are burning. Hey, you want to work on Oster? Oster is very difficult.
Oster.
You know, I think that maybe Oster is too difficult for anybody. I think, you know, it seems like that's no longer the name of the faction. I think it's just Germans and Soviets now because everybody can pronounce that.
Right, it's probably, yeah, I mean, I feel like they could have also done Army Group Center, which have been very cool historically, but I think because this game stretches all the way from Operation Barbarossa to the invasion of Berlin, I don't know if Army Group Center was involved in it entirely.
We're going to see action from all of the German army groups, north, you know, center, and south. I'm sure that the campaign is going to cover the entire Eastern Front. You know, we got 4 years of war here. I'm confident that Relic is going to take us to some amazing settings. You know, I'm just salivating at the idea of tank battles at Kursk, you know, Rzhev, Meat Grinder, hundreds of thousands of soldiers lost there. Oh, it all just makes you, you know, I'm so ready for that. And here we go, 3 conscripts engaging, and look at this flamer squad just going right up front. He's buffering the sniper who is crawling around on his belly. Now the sniper's not shooting because he's being shot blocked.
Yeah, and you know what? From behind, now Soviets roasting these grenadiers out. The entire German army now retreating off the field right behind the cover of this scout car, unupgraded to do extra damage to infantry. I think with the upgrade, it does less damage to infantry now, even though it looks like the Panzer Elite car from Company of Heroes 1, it does less damage with the autocannon upgrade to infantry. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. You want to upgrade your AC when you have to go hunting those trucks, you know. And so, you know, maybe Marcus should consider it now because there's a truck to hunt right in front of that armored car. But yeah, it's better against infantry. It looks kind of like a pea shooter gun, but it will wear down infantry units. We saw Sepha throw the 18 nade in there, and the crit taken from the scout car was engine damage. So Sepha should be able to run it. Marcus should be able to run in with the scout car and take it out.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what happened. Here we go. See it every single Soviet game.
I switched the names. I'm sorry. Marcus is playing the Soviet.
Yeah,
luckily,
well, Marcus again.
Entity's got the names up in the top left, so you know who's whom, even when we mess it up.
That's okay. That's all right. Like I said, we are seeing the M3A1 Light Scout car with flamers in it. Back in Sepha's base, we're still only rocking the 2 Grenadier squads, but he did just build a Panzer Grenadier squad. They're sitting around, not walking anywhere. Not sure what Sepha wants to do with them yet, but okay, here they go. Now moving towards the center with that Flame Pioneer. And he split his army. Sepha split his army so that the Grenadiers are going to come around in a flanking motion, or perhaps just try and re-engage that victory point in the north, while the rest of his army heads towards the center. He's even got a squad that's going down into the south, so we have a 3-pronged assault out of the German base for Sepha. I guess we're going to find out what his plan is here shortly.
It's interesting that Sepha, I noticed the Grenadiers, as they were passing the points in the north, he's actually upgraded a fuel cache. So he's built like, it's kind of like an OP, so that he gets more fuel out of that point right next to his base. And, you know, in the first COH, we almost never saw OPs built in top-level play. But, you know, you can't criticize Sepha. He knows what he's doing. So if he thinks that, you know, it's good to get some extra fuel rolling in, then you have to respect that decision. Uh-oh, the sniper's in a lot of trouble right now. This is going to be a very difficult retreat. The conscripts are focusing the sniper. And now look at the truck is going to chase. Let's see if he's going to give chase. He's throwing some flames in on these Panzer Grenadiers. The sniper will survive. I'm impressed. And here we have 2 trucks just frying Panzer Grenadiers.
Sometimes the flavor
audio
in this game is great. Yeah, he did. I just heard somebody on the German side. I am so sick of these Russian assholes. It was right as they were retreating by the M3 scout car. It was pretty awesome. Anyway, this German scout car, though, is just not holding up well under fire against Soviet forces there in the center. These scout cars just packed with, Soviet conscripts and engineers, pioneers, engineers are doing a ton of damage. Sepha has been able to sort of reinforce himself in the northern part of the map. He's taken back that VP and doing a little bit capping of territory. He's also unchallenged in the south, where this simple pioneer squad is engaging down there. So he's going to try and split up Marcus's forces, I guess, a little bit. Marcus has found that OP that you were talking about right outside of Sepha's base and is going to start engaging it. And here's the upgraded scout car now.
The upgraded, scout car takes care of those trucks. I mean, I guess maybe Sepha was hurting for ammo. I don't know why he didn't do this earlier, but look how effective it is.
Not as effective.
It's a lot less effective against infantry, as you can also see.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
But at least
it
the
looks like
truck's
Marcus
down,
will not. Yeah, he's not going to get that OP like he wanted. They actually have a surprising amount of health. These OPs, they're kind of difficult to take down, I've noticed.
Yeah, they take a while, and you have to remember to target them. That's a change I would like to see them make. I think units should automatically target enemy OPs. I mean, it's an enemy thing. They should shoot at it. You shouldn't have to tell them to shoot at it. So hopefully that's a change that will be made. I can't tell you how many times I've had dudes standing in the circle, and I look back after 20 seconds, I'm like, why are you guys just standing there? And then I notice, oh my God, there's an OP on there. I need to shoot at it. But then, if you don't have flamers or a Shrek or something, like shooting at it with with small arms is practically pointless because you cannot damage it. So, I mean, that has frustrated me on multiple occasions.
It also has a really weird hitbox occasionally. I couldn't actually click on it the first time I tried. I was confused. I thought, oh, is this like an undestroyable point? It took me like 3 clicks to figure out exactly where the hitbox was. Okay, we got the scout car engaging this Russian scout car. Oh my gosh, was that?
The guards in the scout car. This is the first time I've really seen this. Marcus is showing us something here. I've watched a lot of replays, and I've been keeping up with this mini meta game that we've had over the past month in the beta, and this guards in a scout car thing is a very nice touch.
Yeah, they're like a mobile anti-vehicle battery, They can just run around the field and engage, and it keeps the guards protected in case the vehicle goes down, and they can continue their anti-vehicle abilities. It's just very, 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 very great. That's one of the great things about Sunday Night Fights and the beta in general, is that the metagame hasn't been set yet, and it's constantly evolving. So we get to watch stuff like this.
We've had patches and balance patches almost every week. So one thing that's very active and interesting is this miniature meta that's happening in Company of Heroes 2 right now, and I'm sure we'll see that through the release and through the early patches that will accompany the release. Ooh, a very nice Panzerfaust there.
Panzerfaust, nice. Excellent.
Check out the great coats on the guards. Aren't they badass? They're throwing in a nade. These Grenadiers might go away. Don't try to throw a nade at Sepha. He's too good for that. Ooh, Marcus has got a T-34 all the way on the field, and you can see it's got a beautiful skin. It's got the summer skin, that good-looking T-34 rolling in. Sepha does manage to get off a Panzerfaust. That's going to slow it down. He's got some engine damage, so top speed restricted until repaired. That's just a delaying maneuver. Sepha has absolutely nothing that could kill it yet, although he is moving a pack up, pack 40. That'll hit real hard. If he can support it with some infantry and get some line of sight on the T-34, he could use that pack to push it out.
And I gotta say, I just saw Sepha throw another grenade up at the northern victory point. I am so impressed with the new grenade explosion graphic. It just seems so much more legit to me with that white puff of smoke that goes out in sort of a fragmentation style. It just seemed like the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, that looks like a legit grenade explosion. It seemed much more
all of
gritty.
The environmental effects in Code 2 are incredible. I mean, just look at the sort of fog wafting across the battlefield. Anytime there's an engagement, tanks puff huge exhaust out of their rear ends, out of their exhaust pipes, and any kind of artillery comes in. There's tons of smoke, almost so much that sometimes it's difficult to see units. I mean, when I was making that little intro video, I had to really work to find angles where I wasn't blocked by smoke. And smoke can even block true sight. A lot of units can pop smoke or throw a smoke grenade. Mortars can drop smoke, and that can shield your retreating units from being attacked.
Yeah, isn't there one of the German doctrinal powers is to drop smoke pots on the battlefield.
Yeah,
which,
it's so cool. It's really great. Lights up the whole field, and you can get your snipers away or back your tanks out.
So now we're seeing a German push right into the center, victory point. Wow, there was some mines that just annihilated a Panzer Grenadier squad. They're lucky to have escaped that with just one guy. Here comes that T-34. Oh my gosh, you know what? This Panzer Grenadier squad is going to go down. And briefly, that Pak-38 did a little twirl. It went in like a circle, almost like a dog trying to find a place to lay down. And it got off one shot, and I believe the T-34 has disappeared into the true sight fog of war. And there's really no scouting units available for that Pak-38 to back it up. Although we do have a sniper down there taking pot shots at conscripts now, moving northbound through that. Oh, Urah's popped. Here they come, right into the sniper's face. But there are grenadiers to rescue that sniper.
Nice micro from Sepha, backing the sniper into what he thinks is a safe place, but Marcus is still coming, and Sepha has to retreat that sniper, who's got 19 kills, by the way. Wow! Difficult situation. The combination Faust and Pack Gun might just take this T-34 out.
Oh, it's been abandoned.
And there it is.
Here's a chance. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's getting bent while it's dead. Did you see that? It just got a star. But let's see. The flame truck comes in and fries the pack. So Sepha's desperate. He really needs some support in there to reman that gun, to sort of take care of this flame truck that's giving him grief. I mean, I haven't seen other players use these trucks so late into the game as effectively as we've seen Marcus using them in the past two replays.
Well, you know, it seems Marcus has just done sort of an economic survey and decided that losing them is not that big of a deal. He just keeps building them and building them. It doesn't seem to be that big of a drain on his army. I mean, he's able to put out scout cars and T-34s and maintain guards rifles. It's an interesting analysis as to what he feels is a safe investment for his army.
Check him out. He's actually remanned that abandoned T-34, and two squads of combat engineers are now trying to bring its health back up, and he might actually salvage that vehicle. Nice attack ground to target the pack, take out that vehicle. That threat has now been eliminated. Nobody can reman that anymore.
We got a sniper under fire, taking pot shots at something. I think not sure who he was firing at. Here comes Panzer Grenadiers to back up that sniper. That's necessary. Allows the sniper to stay on the field. Got guards grenades, popping it, boom, right there. Took down one Panzer Grenadier. I'm not sure these Panzer Grenadiers want to go toe-to-toe with a T-34, even if it is slightly immobile. There's still a lot of firepower coming out of that main gun.
They have no anti-tank capabilities at the moment. They're throwing a nade. Let's see what this does.
Well, that was just an attempt, I think, I think it was late. I think he was trying to take out the Pioneers. Yeah, right, exactly. Hey, let's do a time sync.
Okay.
Time sync.
You go. You go. I'll sync to you.
It's 17, 58, 59, 18.
I'm right with you.
So 1, 2, good. All right.
Right with you. All right, Sepha's been whittled down. He just built another pack. Marcus has got a significant army. He's still got 3 of his original conscript squads. They're all double vet. He's got these guards. He's got a sniper. He's building his second T-34 now. It's an army to be reckoned with.
Yeah, you know what? Sepha has teched all the way up to battle phase. So I think he's got plenty of fuel. He's just waiting to build another building, I would say, at this point. I'm not sure where he's going to go from here.
So we saw it hit the dirt, engaged at the top, but even that wasn't enough to take on 2 full health squads. Marcus had to pull out of that, and it's time now for Sepha to cap up and try to consolidate what should be his side of the map.
Yeah, more action in the center. This T-34 might go down. The sniper is doing excellent spotting for the Pak-38.
Very nice.
That's probably going to be able to get there. It is, and it's been abandoned.
Very nice.
Now is a chance for Sepha to maybe. Oh no, he took it down with a shot. He didn't even want to. Didn't even want to play. He knew he had no
attack
resources.
Ground.
Yeah.
No more remanning that nonsense.
You're remanning shenanigans.
Yeah, no more of those shenanigans. But hey, you know, his carbon copy brother is right there behind him to back him up. I love these summer skins on the Russian units. Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah, they really are. And for those of you that purchase the Company of Heroes Digital Collector's Edition, you'll get like 24 of them, right?
I don't know exactly. I'm going to worry about all of that later. That's been too much of a snafu for me to get involved with. You know, I like to support my local game companies, stores. When the game comes out, I'll just go down the street and buy it from the local guy. But all those details are on our portal. Oh, I don't know, Yoink. There's one. I can't remember. But all the details are on our portal. If there's anybody here that's not a member, and I know there must be, I went through and I weeded out about 2,500 bots from code2.org today. So we now have more members in this Twitch chat than we have on our forum. So any of you guys out there that aren't yet members of code2.org, that's www.code2.org. Please go register there and engage in the discussion that's going on. We're helping the devs improve this game. It's wonderful to see the devs joining us, popping their heads in, giving us their opinions, playing games with us. Eagleheart21, map maker, was playing in this 2v2 tournament. He made the maps that they're playing on. We're going to see Oka River and Moscow Outskirts next, and he would love your feedback on those maps.
And you know what? Code2.org has a great set of doctrine guides, so to speak.
That's our cheat sheet.
Yeah, it's a cheat sheet. It's great. If you haven't seen that,
you need to open it
look
up.
at all the doctrine. Fantastic. You know, we might
what
see some
doctrine has
sniping
Sepha
going on
chosen?
here.
Do you know yet? Has he? Can he get a tiger? That's like the real question.
Yes, he does the one with the tiger. Yeah, the Festum.
The one with the tiger. Awesome. Okay,
Yeah, the one with the tiger.
That's all we care
Yep.
about. Right on.
Right, and he has enough CPs for it also, so he's in great shape for that. I thought we were going to see a counter snipe.
I hear that Relic is considering putting doctrinal units back to being off-map call-ins that don't require the tier buildings. And in my opinion, that's a good idea because that allows players to diversify their strategies. It allows them to go certain tiers and have some fallbacks so that, you know, if there's something that they desperately need to counter, then they choose a doctrine and a commander, and they can call in that unit that is missing from the tiers that they currently have. So I like that idea of not requiring doctrinal units to have the buildings. I'm sure we'll get a lot of mixed ideas on that point on the forums. As with everything with Company of Heroes 2, you get a very diverse debate. And look, here we go! The Panzerkampfwagen 6 is on the field. That's the Panzer 6, the Tiger 1 as it's known. What a beautiful tank coming in. You know, that's one tank that we haven't, Relic is keeping some of its skins as, you know, as little treasures. Like that's the one unit in the game that you can't get a custom skin for in the beta. There are no custom skins for summer German heavy tanks, so you have to see it in its stock gray. But I'm sure that this tank is going to have some awesome skins and look really great when the game's released.
Yeah, and when you first called it out, I thought you said Panzerkampfwagen 6, and I was like, oh yeah, it's
that's
sexy.
what it's the it's the Panzer 6. That's how the Germans ordered their tanks. That's right.
And it is one of the sexiest tanks in the game for sure, and it does come straight out of the factory gunmetal gray.
Sexmania sitting on the middle P saying it's mine, the middle VP, just saying get out all y'all contenders and pretenders.
Action in the
yes,
north
I know
too.
that the S is pronounced Zex. Yes, I know. I'm getting shit in the chat for bad German pronunciation. I've lived here for 8 years and I still can't get it right. Schwere Sprache, sage ich. It's a difficult language.
Still sound like a California boy. It's all right.
I will always be a California boy. Uh-oh, Sepha Sniper getting a little bit hung up. Gets fed on retreat. That's another thing that's a little questionable. Yoink, what do you think of units like vetting up from taking damage? That's a little weird, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it is. I feel strange about that, and I think that it's an okay option. It provides for a good comeback mechanism, but I think that they're vetting up too fast from taking damage. It should be much slower.
I agree. It needs to be tuned. You should definitely get more vet from doing damage than taking damage.
Right,
in the case of tanks, right now, it's the exact opposite. Like this Tiger, you're never going to see vet on this thing unless it takes tons of Su-85 shots or like Ziz anti-tank shots. I mean, this tank could kill 40 infantrymen and not get bet. Here we see Marcus attempting an off-map Sturmovik attack. That strafe would kill the infantry that's supporting the Tiger, but of course it's not going to really damage the Tiger. And look at that thing come around and take a few more shots. Now, you know, during the real war, they would actually use aircraft to kill Tigers because they found a little secret weakness on their underbelly. You know, the strafing pilots would come in and try to like bounce their bullets off the ground and damage the underbelly of the Tiger, and they actually successfully took out many Tigers that way.
Really? They were able to...
Little WW2 factoid for you there, yeah.
That's great. It's like the airborne commander's like, okay, there's some Tigers on the field, and what we're going to need you to do is shoot them from underneath. Okay, so go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
get out there in the sky
bullets.
and do that.
Bounce them off the ground. Bounce your bullets off the ground, damage the undercarriage, good to go. You see Marcus has brought out a T-70, little light tank. He's a little late to the party.
Maybe he intends to go head-on into that Tiger with that T-70.
Well, I sure hope not, because he will lose. So here we're seeing the guard's ability. This button, this was like a big groan moment when I heard that buttons are going to be in the game, because this is like one of the Brit abilities from Co 1 that we didn't really want to see again. We didn't want to see infantry be able to like completely shut down a tank under the idea that, oh yeah, they're shooting the slits where the driver looks out. But it's back. So tank commanders beware, don't get buttons.
Now check out this little T-70 doing its work over here, right outside of Sepha's base.
That's good. That's good. Harass the infantry, stay away from the Tiger, and get your licks in where you can.
That little main gun is so strong. You know, when I first started playing the beta, I'm like, boy, this T-70 sucks against vehicles, and I really don't see it so weak. Until I realized that it's almost
good
like
against
light
vehicles.
Yeah,
it'll be great to chase down the Flammenwerfer HT. Like if you really can't kill that thing, and you're able to get to tier 3 and get a T-70 out, then you know it'll be able to chase down. And you know what else you can do with these light vehicles? Even with an armored car, they're fantastic at taking out artillery pieces. Like Katyushas and Panzerwerfers are incredibly fragile units. If you can sneak an armored car or a T-70 behind enemy lines, you can almost one-shot them.
Are you seeing what's going on here in Sepha's base? There is some terrible harassment.
That's great. I'm loving it. The Tigers had to come all the way back to try to deal with it.
I think this may be exactly what Marcus was hoping for, to pull the Tiger off the field. Yeah.
Lights out, T-70. You had your fun.
Down it goes. But it did
pull the Tiger away from the center VP, and now Marcus has got an Su-85 to roll in. He's got 2 dudes left from a combat engineer squad that are going to wipe that VP and try to tip the drain balance back in his favor.
You know, one thing about the Su-85 is the extraordinary range. I mean, this is the sniper of tanks. I mean, any of the Soviet tank destroyers have such extraordinary range and such terrible sightlines. I mean, you really need to support any of the Russian anti-tank vehicles with conscripts or guards or anything out in front. And if that's possible, I mean, God, it's like it feels like you're firing a Flak 88 from Company of Heroes 1. You know, the thing just has an outrageous range.
I love the fact that combined arms is absolutely necessary in Company of Heroes 2. That's one thing, you know, that's one of the many things. I could go on and complain about this or that, the finer details of the game for ages, but I could also give props for ages. As we see a Tiger roll across, a Panther, that's the Panzer Fünf, roll across the bridge there. But I can also compliment the fact that you need infantry to give line of sight to your tanks, so you need combined arms, and we love to see combined arms in this game.
All right, well, here comes Brave Panzer Grenadiers right into a mine. Exactly. Oh, my gosh. Down goes that entire Panzer Grenadier squad. That hurts Sepha really bad. He's down to 2 infantry squads and 2 tanks. Now, these tanks are extraordinarily powerful vehicles, but, I mean, the combined arms on Marcus' side is intense.
Oh, man. Marcus does have an AT gun and the Su-85. The Panther takes just tons of damage and has to shy out of that fight right quick. The Tiger really never made it on the field. He's also got a crit. That's one little pet peeve we can complain about. There's just too many crits. I mean, the crit system is cool, but tanks get critted just too often and too easily.
I agree. Now here's this Su-85 giving chase. Just critted that tank again, or maybe it was stunned. I don't know. It had like that little eye symbol. I think that's visual stunning of some nature. And down goes that Panzer IV. Oh, the Panther. Down it goes. Sorry, not Panzer IV.
Panther. Let's just call it the
Panzer
Panzer. That's the best way to refer to it. Panzer because it rhymes and it just sounds nasty. Panzer.
But that Su-85's got a great little power. You can reduce your visual capacity all around the vehicle in exchange for a more distanced cone in front. That might have been what Marcus was doing. I didn't have my fog of war on or off, so I couldn't really tell for his side.
Oh, yeah, you can see the animation. The little dude's up there with his binoculars, so that means he's got the ability to engage.
Oh, he did do it.
That means, yeah,
right.
well, you can see. The little dude pops out.
Right,
with the
right.
binoculars. Check him out. So that means he can see further into the fog of war straight ahead of him, but it's a very narrow cone, and he can't see jack diddly squat to his left, right, or rear.
Now, Sepha has activated
trade.
reconnaissance over. Right. He's activated reconnaissance overflight, so you can see that German aircraft flying around the field, sort of in the center. He wants to get eyes on where the bad guys are. Here comes M3 half-track going right into Panzer Grenadiers. Boom! Shreks in the face.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's wrong. Like, hard counter, no.
Right, exactly.
No-go zone. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
The guards should do a little better, but they're not the strongest anti-infantry unit. They're more of a sort of airborne-ish squad, like a light anti-tank unit. This poor Tiger desperately needs his exhaust repaired.
These Panzer Grenadiers also, you notice, they're Vet 3. They're intensely powerful right now, and they're pretty much able to take on almost any Russian armor that they find. However, there isn't too much Russian armor on the field other than that Su-85 down there. I don't know if Marcus is going to be building more. Sepha is slowly building up his infantry again, and he's also got... What is he building there? He's got another Panzer coming out of his base. He just started it, so that's what he spent his manpower on.
I hope we can get some better usage out of it. His first Panther was very ineffective. I don't think he expected that AT gun there. That really sort of foiled his plan of a beautiful flank. And his Tiger being critted couldn't really get in on that fight either. And so that was sort of a failed attack there from the German side. Yeah, these triple vet Grenadiers with a Shrek are a wicked force. At triple vet, they receive incredible offensive and defensive bonuses. Their ability to like suck up damage almost doubles, and they do twice as much damage to other units. Triple vet is definitely a force to be reckoned with.
They recently made a change. I don't know if it was the last patch or the patch before, to the way that Panzer Grenadiers purchase the Panzer Shrek. It used to be two separate purchases for 75, I want to say, and now it's just one purchase for 120.
Yeah.
So
two Shreks got cheaper, but you don't have the option of getting one. I think it's a bad change. Let me just go out and say it. A lot of players really like only having one Shrek on their Panzer Grens, because when you put two Shreks on them, they become very ineffective against infantry, and also if some artillery comes in, or if you're not watching for a second, the chance of you dropping one is greatly increased, and that's a massive liability. You don't want to give some conscripts or something like that a Shrek. That can be game changing. So I would prefer if players were able to select whether they want one or two Shreks.
I think they made that change because it was allowing players to have just a do everything squad. You make four squads of Panzer Grenadiers, with one Shrek each.
Right. They're the only squad that is even eligible to be considered for the we can do it all squad. Right now the PZ Grens, they could possibly be the all-killer anti-inf, anti-tank, and yeah, you don't want that. So those are some balance issues that Relic will have to deal with. I can't wait to see what they come at us with after they shut down. They're going to shut down on Tuesday. Guys, get in the beta and play the daylights out of it for the next couple days, because you're going to miss it when it's gone. Mark my words. But I think that when they come back with these adjustments to pathing, and who knows what other changes we're going to see, it's going to be nice.
Yeah, I think you're right, and you know, even more optimizations to probably graphics and behind-the-scenes stuff is going to make the game even smoother and more accessible to people with lower-end systems, and that's just good all around. More players means more fun. Speaking of more players and more fun, we have action here in the northern section.
Push.
Yeah, we got 2 Su-85s coming in, but you know what? Here we got these Panzer Grenadiers in a house, rocking the Panzer Shreks against that Su-85. Oh my God, that's going down.
Is not a happy camper.
Nope. And they're just.
I love that Marcus moved all his units, though. You can see he's got the snipers there, and so eventually they're going to work on these Panzer Grenadiers, but what's up? They are not taking them out of that house. They need to get them out of there.
Yeah,
look at them firing away,
army.
and the PZ Greds are just saying, what? That's one thing that needs to change. Sniper accuracy against houses and snipers' abilities to get units out of houses needs to be buffed.
This is pretty remarkable what's going on up here. This Panther Panzer down in the south is going somewhere. I'm not sure what's going on. He's not coming north to rescue his comrades.
He's a free spirit. He's going wherever the hell he damn well pleases. He's a free spirit.
Honey Badger doesn't care.
Base rating. Why not?
Panther Panzer doesn't care.
He's a Panther Panzer. That's a monster tank, man. Who's going to step to him?
Well,
is Sepha going to like drive all the way back and get that Panther into this fight in the north, right? Like, oh, surprise! I just drove through like 4 of your strap points where you have total viz, but here I come! Surprise! From the rear! It's popping off. Let's see, a guard's nade going in. Let's see if that can work on these triple Vec Grenadiers. They swallow that up. They're still firing Shrek shots out of that house, which is, I mean, they're just like making tea and crumpets in that house. They love that place.
Oh man, look at this squeeze action here. Wait, no, what are you doing? Get the Panther Panzer needs to engage. This could have been perfect. Right now, what's he got? What's going on here?
Here he comes. He's got to plow some trees down first, but he might be in perfect position. While the Tiger's getting really low health, he's buttoned for a bit. Those Grens are down to 1 man in the house. The guards are still fighting them. One Su-85 is down. The other one's getting repaired, but getting shot in the by the Panther.
Oh man, he took down
units
the
are retreating
well.
in strange directions. The Tiger is almost dead.
Main gun destroyed, but I think it might survive.
Destroyed. It looks like an elephant with a horrible like trunk. Oh, okay, both Su-85s are down. Did you lose your triple Vec Grens or did you retreat?
He retreated him. He retreated him just in time, yeah.
All right.
So here comes this Panther. Oh my gosh, the guards destroyed the Tiger. That's amazing. They got a nice stripe of vet, I think, for that.
Good on them, then, right? That's not often that a guard squad gets to take out a Tiger. They still got to deal with this Panther.
Well, this Panther looks like he's content to sort of sit back and maybe support the one Panzer Grenadier that's trying to take down this victory point. This is a problem for Seph right now. He is sort of lagging behind in victory points. So this guard squad here can spell doom in the center if they're not supported by this Panther Panzer. Here it comes.
So I delivered on my promise, right, that these two players would not camp this map. I mean, this map says, camp me, and these players said, nuh-uh. We're going to go and be aggressive. We're going to get up in each other's business. I mean, look at how the map is right now. Marcus controls the top VP, and Sepha controls the bottom VP. Good stuff.
It is good stuff. And you know what? There's a new unit for Sepha on the field. One that I love seeing, the Panzer Werfer 42 rocket launcher.
Werfer,
yeah,
Werfer, nice.
Werfer.
Werfer. Say it with me. Say it like a V. Werfer.
Wehrmacht?
No. Where's Waldo? No. Werfer. Yeah, the Panzer Werfer is a filthy unit. It can do incredible damage. Let's see when Sepha pulls the trigger on it. He should get up a little closer so he can focus his area of effect. Right now he's working with the Panther in the center. As Marcus caps up this very important VP, saves his sniper barely, running back to get some triage.
Yeah, that's good. And here we got some infantry support on this Panther. This is a great little team right here. They're going to move right in. They're looking good. Maybe Sepha's a little worried that there might be an AT gun around that area somewhere, so he's going to move forward with these Panzer Grenadiers and engage. He's going to force off that guards unit and start to retake that victory point while these other guards move to the north. They're probably after that weakly defended northern point. Yeah, there's just one little pioneer squad there that's got to retreat.
All right, Sepha stops the drain at 101 victory point. Marcus looking to re-engage the drain as his guards cap that North VP. Marcus has another Su-85 entering the battlefield. The Panzerwerfer has moved up into firing position. I can't wait till he pulls the trigger the first time. And
now that he controls
look at
the center
Marcus.
VP, that's
Marcus, 39 minutes and little time sync, 39 minutes and 54, 55, 56, 57, rocking the M3 truck. Bravo, Marcus, bravissimo. And he's hung up these Panzer Grenadiers, and it looks like this river will be their final resting place as they are not retreating.
oh man, that's yep. That's
Are they going to get
right.
away? Are they going to
I think they
defy
are.
all odds and get away? Wow!
That river
I
is like
am
the
shocked.
bane.
Yeah, it's not a happy place for infantry.
No, it's not. It's really
Marcus has
wide,
clogged
and
it up
anybody.
with all this wire too. It's really he makes it. You know, if you're going to come this way, you're going to pay for it in time at least. A little bit of quiet on the eastern front for the first time.
Yeah, well, you know what? It looks like Sepha has going to try and keep this center VP locked down because he's clearly got this rocket launcher covering it. He's going
Yeah, it's going to be hard to cap out from under that
Yeah.
thing. He's got.
Oh,
Here it comes firing.
firing.
Let's see. What's he shooting at? What's he shooting at?
Southern
Just
victory
random
point.
at the
It's
bridge?
gotta be the southern
You
victory
think
point.
all the way down there?
Maybe?
Oh no! Oh, he's at
Where's
the
it
strap
going?
point. Was there a unit there trying
Oh.
to cap?
No. I don't
There
know
was
why he
nothing
there.
there. That was a blind shot, and it was blindly, absolutely wrong. It did nothing. There was nothing there. Look at the truck scooting in and dodging that first shot from the Panther. Uh-oh.
Yeah, but now it's
What? But not
taking
the
Panther
next
shots
one.
in the ass. Yeah, there it goes.
Time to go,
Yoink.
combat engineers. Look at Marcus. Look at this. He's like, I don't care about Panther fire. I'm just going to go fight these Grenadiers and own them. Whoa, triple vet flamed combat engineers just owning PZ Grens and saying, we want the center VP. What up?
That was pretty intense. And look at the combined arms now that Marcus has brought to the center. All this just versus one Panther tank. That is a good time to launch those rockets now, maybe in the center.
Yeah, she's surely on cooldown. Oh, here they go, firing away. Let's see what kind of
All right, let's
damage
see
they
where
can
they
do.
land. Oh, man.
These triple vet flamers might need to exit the premises. The Su-85 doesn't like the look of it. He backs up, and once again, this ability to fire is squandered. No damage at all.
Yeah. That was rough. He just took a little bit off that Su-85, but nothing to make it worth it. I feel like Marcus is doing a great job of keeping his combined arms together and engaging where Sepha is weak. Sepha needs, he's basically relying now on Panzer Grenadiers and tanks. So,
I can't believe
while
Marcus is
Panzer
building
Grenadiers,
another M3 truck. He loves his trucks. He's got an Su-85 that just cooked and is entering the battlefield, and he's got another little truck building. I mean, I guess it's a great way to go deal with the right-hand side.
I got to direct your attention to a little bit of infantry combat near the northern victory point. In the early days of Company of Heroes, Panzer Shreks used to actually be like little sniper machines when you could actually hit infantry with a Panzer Shrek. I just watched this Panzer Grenadier squad launch 2 Panzer Shreks at these guards, and both of them like bullseye guards in the head. Oh my god!
Yeah, but they just bit the dust.
And they dropped their Shrek. It's sitting right there.
Yeah, that's the double whammy, man. Lose the triple vet squad and hand a nice Panzer Shrek over. Let's see if these guards will notice and pick it up. I don't even know if they have a free slot for it. They already have the anti-infantry light machine gun upgrade. I don't know if they're able to pick that thing up.
You know what? They just picked something up before they engaged in that battle. I want to say it was a PTSD that was on the ground, and I don't think they have any slots for it, which is just too bad, because now these Grenadiers that are Panzer Grenadiers are coming up are probably going to retrieve that.
They wish, right? The 2 of them that are left with these snipers picking away in their dreams.
Oh, this is going to be rough.
Yeah, Sepha losing the triple vet squad was kind of a huge blunder. He needed to retain that squad. That was one of his most powerful units.
Yeah, and now we got Armor hitting on the south, too. Armor's hitting that one Panzer Grenadier squad in the south, and it's just, he doesn't have any way to save himself down there.
Let's see where the
I hear
Panzer
rockets
firing.
going
Oh, something took the bridge out. We lost the bridge. The bridge is now destroyed. And it's going
great
into the
shot.
center.
Now we go. Oh, that was great. He really decimated a guard squad right there in the center.
They're still capping, though. SU-85 moving up.
Oh.
SU-85, long range, like you said.
Yeah. Right there. Yep, right there. That's it. Taking it down. That Panther's got to retreat with a damaged engine. Oh, still taking front shots from that SU-85. Now closing.
Oh, this is quite a battle. They're both on such low health.
And we got a secondary SU-85 hitting from the flanking.
Kills the SU-85. Very nice fight to the death. Oh, but he's got another one from across the bridge. Oh,
down it goes. That was fantastic.
Just when he was so proud to achieve that little victory.
You know, I bet Seph really wants to take that abandoned SU-85, but he's got a cap. It's more important right now for him to take back this victory point.
Very important. He's down to 80. He's sending his fresh new repaired Tiger to the south to deal with this truck. Sepha is always keeping his units spread out, and I don't know. Well, the Werfer just took out that vehicle. We won't see any reman of that SU-85. But Sepha always seems to have his units spread out, and I would like to see him bring them together and use them in combination.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's kept, you know, Panzer Grenadiers in the north. He's always tried to make inroads into the south. God, this Tiger has just took like 9 hours to cross that river. Jeez, finally back on dry land. And
look, he goes over all that wire, and it's still there. He doesn't crush the wire. I would love to see them make, you know, mega tanks like heavies crush wire, please, at least.
Well, it was the Tiger was driving on gentle mode. There is actually a setting, like if you have a Prius, you can go on like economy mode. It's like gentle mode, where it just very gingerly steps over things.
Yeah, right. Hydrofoil.
It's a feature, not a bug. Okay, we're about to see some
constantly bringing tanks up from the south of the map. This Tiger's got a great position on the flank of the SU-85.
Oh,
look at that.
SU-85
first side armor shot takes it about half down. Yeah, and now he's going to take one in the butt. Marcus caught out of position there.
Yeah, not good. Don't show your ass to a Tiger.
This is like the defenders in football trying to do some kind of offsides trap and totally failing. Like, just like the attacker just got through. He's got the ball. He's one-on-one-ing with the goalie right now.
Yeah, the thing, no treads, no main gun. It's going down.
The real fight is happening in the center. Marcus just lost his squad. Seph is putting a good push in there. He's got two Gren squads fighting these guards. They should be enough to handle those guards. Marcus, the guards, they're just kind of showing their backs to this fight. I think Marcus is a little bit out of his wits. He's only down to 4 units. He's got 2 snipers and 2 weak infantry units. I think Sepha is just, you know, with the Tiger and these 2 Gren squads, he's looking very good at the moment. He's only got 80 VIPs. You know, he's on.
What's your manpower income?
What's Sepha's manpower income?
Sepha's, it's 219, but you know he's
okay, not totally
really
catastrophic.
Good.
Marcus is of course getting 280 because he's got a tiny army, but this might be enough. What Sepha's done with that push and catching that SU-85 out of position, that might be enough to seal this. Let's see.
Right, not just Sepha's army value is very good, but he's also in a very good tactical position. He's controlling all of the access points out of, you know, Marcus's base right now. He can't, basically Marcus cannot push into the center. He's got to go into the south right now. So Sepha can dominate, you know, the center and northern area and divert other resources to the south, which I think is what this next Panther is going to head towards. All he needs to do is repair these, or keep that Tiger healthy, get those Panzer Grenadiers back into battle, and I think he's got this one in the bag.
And here's the thing, you know, this guard's anti-tank doctrine that gives you the conscripts hit the dirt and the PPSH upgrade for your conscripts. It's really great in the early game and in the mid game, but honestly, in the late game, it doesn't have much that can really help you.
Especially against Tigers.
Yeah, you could try to get a howitzer, but that, you know, that's like 600 manpower, and you still have to protect it. And other than that, it's got the strafing run, but it doesn't give you any access to super tanks that you know, the Russians need to counter these Tigers and Panthers. You know, no IS-2, no ISU 152. So Yeah, Marcus kind of needed to seal the deal when he had a lot of presence on the map, but now I think it's probably out of his reach.
Yeah, you know what? The best thing that he could do against these German super tanks is the Su-85, and he did really good work with them. I mean, we saw Panthers go down, we saw that Tiger go down, but he got caught. You know, one of the things about the Su-85, it's like a Stug, man. It's turretless, and you get caught out of position, and you cannot back up fast enough to save yourself.
Yeah,
you're totally cooked, and that's how he lost that one just south of the center. And that's a lot of fuel to lose, you know, and now he's stuck. Because we have an overwhelming amount of German armor coming on the field, and with these powerful Panzer Grenadiers still rampaging around, looks like we're going to lose the south victory point to the Germans now, right as we speak.
Marcus may attempt to use the ram ability on his T-34 to rush in there and take out the main gun of the Tiger and kind of stun it for a bit, but he simply doesn't have anything to back it up. And if you don't have sort of an AT gun, you know, it's almost pointless to sacrifice your own T-34 just to take out the Tiger's main gun for a little while. I mean, that's not going to do the trick. You need to be able to back it up with something that can kill it. There are other doctrines that have off-map abilities that can do incredible damage to tanks, but Marcus doesn't have access to any of that.
Yep, and here these snipers came in just a little bit too late to try and take out those Panzer Grenadiers before they capped the point. Now we have nothing in the south that the Russians can push into to try and take that point. You know, the T-34 is coming down to try and maybe engage this Panther. Not that much better of a choice.
Yeah, that's not a fight you're going to win. Oh, here comes the ram.
Not good.
Here it comes. Whoa, push. it's an amazing animation.
Wow.
I love to see the physics of the tanks rocking back and forth on their pistons. But look at this Panther. You know, all he got was an exhaust damage, so he's just rocking right on out of there. Meanwhile, the T-34
he got main gun damage too,
is immobilized. Yeah, okay, he can't fire, but he can still move, so he can still try to save himself.
Wait, someone's doing a stupid dive bombing run.
Shot?
Oh yeah,
a Stuka
shot
right on the T-34 did a ton of damage, didn't quite kill it. That Stuka is a great ability because it doesn't give any warning to your enemy as to where it's going to land. Not like Marcus could have done anything. His T-34 was immobilized, but the Stuka shot can be incredibly powerful. It's kind of like a V1, like a mini version of a V1 where you just don't know where it's going to hit, and yeah, it can hit hard and take out tanks.
And it makes that nice noise, that nice Stuka noise that is so famous in World War II. Guards versus a Tiger, not very good proposition right now.
Grenadiers standing by. Yes.
I hear Warfers coming down. Warfers.
Did he fire at his own position?
Yeah.
He kind of did.
He
fired at the tree. We haven't seen the influence of this Panzerwerfer at all. I guarantee you it can be very effective against infantry. In the 2v, here comes another ram.
Boom.
What's a good metaphor for the like physics on these tanks when they just get rocked back and forth after a ram action? You know, it's like I can't find the right words, but it reminds me of something.
Yeah, if the tank is a rockin', you know, don't come and knock it. Is what you would basically say at this point.
Go Yoink.
Kind of like, here comes another Stuka dive bomb.
It's probably on the other T-34. Once again, does about 70% damage to it, takes it down.
That's fantastic. You know, the problem we have here is that there's no way to follow up on a damaged Tiger, just like there was no way to follow up really on a damaged Panther. So it would be great if this were a delaying tactic in favor of the Soviets. They had like the victory points that they needed, but they don't. So there's really no way to follow this action up with a victory. And here come Shrek Panzer Grenadiers to clean up these guards, and maybe this T-34 as well.
They will do that. They're trying to provide the long retreat path for that Tiger. It can't go across the bridge anymore. I mean, these guards troops are doing slow but steady damage to the Tiger and buttoning it. I don't know why that's necessary at the moment, but they are knocking away.
I'm also not sure what
coming in.
Oh, Seph.
Guards down to 2 and 4.
He didn't take out the T-34.
No, he didn't, and now that squad doesn't have their Shrek anymore. They're going to have to go home and reinforce before they get it back. Okay. Wow. What? How did he kill the T-34? He doesn't have a main gun.
Wait. I know, it looked like there was a shot
what
came
just
off the
happened?
Tiger. I don't know. I
have
thought
no
I
idea.
saw like a main gun
I'm looking
fire.
at
That
it
was
and I
really
don't know
weird.
what happened. Yeah, it seemed like, whoa, the main gun is firing. Definitely, it just shot at the guards.
Right. What? Where is that? That
Beta
must be their
disclaimer.
secondary gun.
Beta.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
playing the beta card. Beta disclaimer. An elephant-nosed main gun is now firing at units, killing tanks. Uh-oh, Marcus is trying to get the little SU-76 in there.
That's not
finish
going
off
to do
this
very.
Tiger.
Oh, wow, rear shots on a Tiger
I
with
claim
an
beta.
SU-76 is.
That's probably not supposed to
I got to
happen.
claim beta on this. Yeah.
Claim beta. Look at that main gun. Bam! That
Wow.
might take out this SU-76.
Oh, I think he will. Definitely with this broken. Yeah, that's
comedy
German
beta
engineering.
tank fight here.
Right.
Oh,
That is
man, the
amazing
Panther
German
rolls
engineering.
in to seal the deal. And this main gun is back in effect. Even though he's got like every crit imaginable. Top gunner killed, heavy engine damage, and main gun destroyed. He's like, what?
That's pretty cool, I would have to say. You got to give Germany credit for being able to just, come up with a way to shoot, high explosive rounds out of a barrel that doesn't exist anymore. Just load it in there and just fire them.
Never
Real
count
power.
out the 88 millimeter mounted on top of the Tiger tank. All right, so it looks like Marcus is now infantry only, 56-minute in force. Will probably not do the trick. He's down to 38 VIPs. Sepha's harassed the South the entire game. Really fantastic harassment, even through the wire, across the river. So enjoy KO2 in the spring, folks. After this, we're going into the 2v2 tournament, and all of those games will be on the winter maps, Moscow Outskirts and Oka River. So this will be the last time you'll be seeing the spring. Get ready to get chilly. 'Cause after this, we'll be going into the KO2 beta tournament to watch some games from the semifinals.
And grab a hot cup of coffee and put on your little, what's he call those little fuzzy little hats the Russians wear?
The Ushanka, yeah.
The Ushankas, yeah. We're gonna get a Ushanka.
Yeah?
And now, that was the end of the Soviet army, wasn't it? I mean, there's 2 snipers and 2 guards.
He's got nothing
That's
left.
it. Yeah, this is
So congratulations,
this Tiger is
Sepha. We're still waiting for somebody to really step to Sepha. I mean, in most of the competitive situations we've seen him in, he has come out on top. So he's the guy to beat right now.
I mean, Sepha's play was excellent in this game. I didn't see anything groundbreaking in terms of a metagame or like any sort of unique strategy, but he just played really straight. I mean, this guy, his micro is strong, he stays cool, he knows what his army wants to, what he wants his army to look like, and he builds it, and that's why he's a great player.
And his Tiger tanks fire out of damaged main guns. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's pretty powerful too. That's actually why
It's a pro bonus, If your name's Sepha, you get a Tiger tank that can shoot out of its main gun. All right, well, so we've wrapped that up. Thank you very much, Sepha and Marcus, for putting on that wonderful show for us. I'm very happy to cast some 1v1 action. Fans, stick around. Go get a bite to eat. We're just getting warmed up here. The main event is coming up next. Yoink, we're going to be back with some 2v2. Don't go anywhere. Give us a little chance to rejuvenate. We'll be right back.
too legit to quit.